One of these days, kayo ang sigurado kong habulin dahil nga yung partiality ninyo. Me, sabi sa kayo, go ahead and find out the 211 million. Kasi kung nandyan yan, kasuhan mo ako, bigyan ko pa kayo ng kalahati. Just make sure na totoo yan. Walang problema yan. Yung ombudsman, noon pa yan, mayor pa ako, extrajudicial killing. Tapos ngayon, every time na extrajudicial killing. O ngayon, balik na kami kay mga ombudsman, kailangan may mangyari. Kaya pag wala, imbestiga ka, you have been repeatedly investigating me ever since. Look at the record. Siguro, gano'n na yung kataas. No agency in this government will investigate the ombudsman. Anak ka na. Ano tingin niyo sa amin? Pag hindi niyo imbestigahin sarili ninyo, ako ang mag-set up ng commission to investigate you as a president with investigating powers. Magkagulo tayo niya kasi sino ang mag-imbestiga sa kalukuhan ninyo? Walang nagsasabi. Wala daw. Hindi pwedeng Department of Justice kasi independent kayo. So what is the remedy of the Filipino kung kayo magsigihingi? Let me ask that question. Who will now guard you against the Filipino people also? Kasi hindi man kayo, Supreme Court sabi, no, it's a constitutional body. But don't give me that. Ayaw ng Congress. O ako mag-imbestiga sa inyo. I will set up a commission, a presidential commission, and I will dig into the records. Lahat kayong mga bumigay, mag-execute kayo ng affidavit. Lahat kayong napaila ng kaso na hindi nakabigay, mag-execute kayo ng affidavit. And I will investigate the ombudsman in the public interest. I will create a commission if you do not, or I will apply for a summon sa court. Pag hindi ninyo yan implement, I will arrest you. Pag hindi ka sumipot doon sa commission na yon, if I do not have the subpoena powers, then I will apply for a subpoena powers from the courts. Kayo na naman. Pag hindi kayo sumipot, arrestuhin ko. I will order the police and the military to arrest you. Yan lang ang paraan eh. Hindi diktador yan. Justice for one, justice for all. Sauce for the gander, sauce for the goose. Sabi niyo wala kayong korupsyon, huwag ninyo akong bulahin. Ako mismo biktima.
Shall not be intimidated. The statement adds the Office of the Ombudsman will proceed with a probe on the president's supposed bank transactions. The Ombudsman says if the president has nothing to hide, he has nothing to fear. It also welcomes efforts to clean its ranks. Our chief correspondent Pia Ontiveros spoke on the phone with Chief Presidential Legal Counsel Sal Panelo. Panelo says President Duterte is against the selective enforcement of the law by the Ombudsman.
First, no one is intimidating the Ombudsman. The President is not intimidating the Ombudsman or the Office of the Ombudsman. Number two, the President, as we said earlier, welcomes any investigation. What he is against is the selective enforcement by the Ombudsman of the law. They're investigating certain people, but they're not. The others are not being investigated.
To balance things out, we also spoke with a retired Supreme Court Associate Justice Vicente Mendoza. Mendoza says the Ombudsman is an independent body and is not answerable to the President.
The Ombudsman's office is an independent office. He's not answerable to the President. The Ombudsman's accountability can be enforced by impeachment. And that is exclusive power of Congress. The President's power is derived from his power of control over executive departments, bureaus, and offices only. The Ombudsman's office is not one of these offices.
The president of the Integrated Bar of the Philippines reacting to President Duterte's plan to probe the ombudsman. In a statement, Abdel Dan Elijah Fajardo said public officials must not be onion-skinned. He notes a government official holds his life open to public scrutiny. Referring to the office of the ombudsman, Fajardo says as an independent body, it must be insulated from political pressure, quote, most especially from the highest political office in the land. He adds, giving into pressure will impair its functions. It's been a year since Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago passed away, and today we pay her tribute. Our Camila Abadisho has the story.
Miriam is forever. No doubt the late Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago leaves a lasting mark. A year after she succumbed to cancer, family, friends, and supporters gather at the Loyola Memorial Park in Marikina City to remember Senator Santiago's life and legacy. A memorial program and mass were held in her honor.
Nais namin ipahatid sa inyo ang taus-puso, pasasalamat sa paggunita ninyo at pag-alala kay Miriam.
Close friends showed up, like former Senator Bongbong Marcos, who was her running mate in the 2016 presidential elections.
We miss her not only in the Senate but in the entire Philippines. She was a shining light, and the advocacies that she fought for were for the national interest and for Filipino people.
Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte and former President and Manila Mayor Erap Estrada also attended. Memories with Senator Miriam were shared. The late senator's sister says they are honored by and grateful for the Senate resolution recommending that the country's highest recognition for civil servants, the Quezon Service Cross, be bestowed on Senator Santiago.
She was one of a kind, and her greatest legacy is that she rose from nowhere, on her own, alone, by her own efforts. She faced her challenges and created this indelible mark. It's something that you will never forget. This is Miriam. That with this, she could give the youth a sample that you could be whoever you want to be by challenging the status quo, working hard, and always learning. Never stop learning.
The memorial program was organized by the Youth for Miriam, a group of young people who were inspired by Senator Santiago and stood by her during her bid for the presidency in 2016.
Miriam is forever! We love you, Miriam!
Camille Abadisho, CNN Philippines.
211 ako. Hindi na ako tatakbo ng presidente. Hanap buhay. Pahinga na ako.
Ito ang muling giniit ni Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte sa 116 commemoration ng Balanghiga Encounter sa Eastern Samar. Sinabi ito ng Pangulo kasunod ng kumpirmasyon ng Ombudsman na may sapat na basehan para imbestigahan ang umano'y tagong yaman ng kanyang pamilya. Pero giit ng Pangulo, wala siyang itinatago.
Tatagal ako ng 23 years magnakaw ng pera, billions. Saan? At saka, sino ang nakawan ko ng billions?
Sa isang programa sa PTV4, nagbabala ang Pangulo na paiimbestigahan din niya ang Ombudsman dahil may kinikilingan daw ito. Kapag hindi raw inimbestigahan ng Ombudsman ang sarili nitong hanay, bubuo raw ang Pangulo ng komisyon na gagawa nito. Ayon sa kanya, may mga opisyal ng militar at gobyerno na nagbabayad sa Ombudsman para mabasura ang kanilang kaso. Base sa mga lumabas na ulat, sakop ng investigasyon ng Ombudsman ang umano'y report ng Anti-Money Laundering Council na aabot sa 1 bilyong piso ang naging bank transactions ng Pangulo mula noong alkalde pa siya ng Davao. Pero ayon sa AMLAC, hindi sila ang source ng mga dokumentong isinumite ni Senador Antonio Trillanes para sa kanyang reklamo. Wala pa rin daw silang ibinibigay na report sa Office of the Ombudsman. Mali at misleading din daw ang sinasabing datos sa debits at credits sa reklamo. Duda naman ni Senador Antonio Trillanes kung totoo ang pahayag ng AMLAC dahil wala raw lagda o petsa ang statement na ipinakalat sa media. Payo ni Trillanes, ang dapat gawin ng AMLAC ay ang madaliin ang final report nito sa umano'y questionableng bank transactions ni Pangulong Duterte.
Our chief correspondent Pia Ontiveros spoke on the phone with Chief Presidential Legal Counsel Sal Panelo. Panelo says President Duterte is against the selective enforcement of the law by the Ombudsman.
First, no one is intimidating the Ombudsman. The President is not intimidating the Ombudsman or the Office of the Ombudsman. Number two, the President, as we said earlier, welcomes any investigation. What he is against is the selective enforcement by the Ombudsman of the law. They're investigating certain people, but they're not. The others are not being investigated.
Sa panayam sa isang programa sa PTV4, ipinakita ni Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte ang listahan ng umano'y bank account si Senador Antonio Trillanes sa labas ng bansa. Dito raw nagmumula ang pondo para sa tangkang destabilisasyon sa administrasyon.
Based on analysis, the funds being laundered by Trillanes and his group may not be for their personal use, but rather is being used for their cause and possibly to destabilize government by paying for witnesses and funding destabilization operations.
Gamit ang printout ng transaksyon, ipinaliwanag ng Pangulo ang lumabas at pumasok na pera sa umano'y account ng senador.
Magtaka ka si Trillanes, senador, pero may mga interparliamentary visits, you can go to other countries. Pero yung kanya, Singapore, China lang, pati Amerika. May euro siya. Antonio Trillanes, ito. Pero kukunti lang, mga kukunti-kunting deposito lang. Singapore, Robert Fong is Cayman branch. Meron siya, pero 58, 42, 32. Paliliit eh. Pero marami, oh. Yung nasara na naunahan tayo, wala na makuha.
Pero sabi rin ng Pangulo, bago pa pumunta ng Singapore si Senador Trillanes noong September 19, isinara na raw ang mga account na ito. Kaya hindi malayong nang i-check niya, wala na ang mga account.
Below is the screenshot of the DBS Alexandria account. Termination of Trillanes and where he sent the funds. He terminated it online on September 8, 2017, past 10 p.m., then left for Singapore after that to show his waiver of the bank teller doon sa Singapore. Nawala siyang account.
Nabuntun din ang galit ng Pangulo sa Office of the Ombudsman na nag-iimbestiga ngayon sa kanya umanong mga bank accounts. Huwag din kalimutang imbestigahan ang mga maanumalya umanong transaksyon ni Trillanes.
The Ombudsman has investigated me ever since. Hindi na hinto yan. Okay lang sa akin yan. Nasa gobyerno kami. Pero sabi ko nga, kung may kayong mga ombudsman, hanapin ninyo yan. Kasi kung makuha ninyo yung 211 million, maghati tayo, bigay ko sa inyo. Tapos magdemanda kayo ng kaso. Wala problema yan. Pero go ahead and try to find the truth. Pero yung kay Trillanes, huwag mo rin yung kalimutan.
Talamak din daw ang katiwalian sa Ombudsman. Kaya banta ng Pangulo, siya na mismo ang paiimbestiga sa mga ito.
No agency in this government will investigate the Ombudsman. Anak ka na. Ano tingin niyo sa amin? Pag hindi niyo imbestigahin sarili ninyo, ako ang mag-set up ng commission to investigate you as a president with investigating powers. Magkagulo tayo niya kasi sino ang mag-imbestiga sa kalukuhan ninyo?
Ang kalakran daw sa Ombudsman, kailangan magbayad para madismiss ang kaso. May ilang militar at pulis din daw na nagbayad na lang. At kahit siya raw ay nabiktima nito noon.
Hiningian ako ng pera.
Magkano?
Nagpabayad, I don't know how much. Ako pang pinabayad sa hotel. Sabi ko ba? Eventually, the case was filed.
Kaya ang Pangulo, ipahahanap daw ang mga posibleng makakapagtistigo sa katiwalian sa Ombudsman.
Lahat kayong mga bumigay, mag-execute kayo ng affidavit. Lahat kayong napaila ng kaso na hindi nakabigay, mag-execute kayo ng affidavit. And I will